This weekend, the Sunday shows were all about personal responsibility, a.k.a. whose head should roll for which scandal. Chuck Schumer called for Alberto Gonzales, the torture guy, to be fired for the disaster that is the Justice Department. Billy Crystal called for Scooter Libby to be pardoned because if he is, that would invigorate the president's supporters. Oh, good. That's a goal that should override multiple felony convictions any day. But my favorite accountability moment on the Sunday shows this week was from a Sunday newcomer, Claire McCaskill. Who? Claire McCaskill. She's new. She's from Missouri.
And with all due respect to the head of the Veterans Administration, this is a man that was chairman of the Republican National Committee. The appearance isn't right. This looks like a Brownie situation. Let's put
Brownie
somebody
as in FEMA.
As in FEMA. This is a political appointment.
Okay, here's the thing about political appointments in the Bush administration. This guy Nicholson, the guy who runs the VA, never ran anything bigger than a minivan before they put him in charge of something like 270,000 people at the Veterans Affairs Department. But he was a Republican Party flack. And the other guy whose head has already rolled for the Walter Reed scandal, that's Francis Harvey. What qualified him to be Secretary of the Army? Well, he was a defense contractor. His bio on the Pentagon website actually says, prior to becoming Secretary of the Army, Francis Harvey spent much of his career with corporations that provided products and services to the federal government, particularly the Department of Defense. Honestly, they gave the Army to a defense contractor to run. They gave him the whole Army, which kind of explains a lot of things when you think about it. Most immediately, it definitely explains the giant going-away party Francis Harvey threw himself at taxpayer expense on Friday. A huge, ceremonial, costumed gala goodbye that he threw for himself, including a fife and drum corps. They pay for stuff like that at Westinghouse all the time. All the defense contractors have fife and drum corps for the express purpose of saying goodbye to people who get fired. And besides, those guys in the Revolutionary War outfits, those are just reminders of better wars. Wars that went better, I guess. The Fife and Drum Corps extravaganza was on Friday. If you were doing one of these political talk shows on Sunday morning and you got all these A-list political guests to sit down and prattle about personal responsibility and heads rolling and who we need to fire next to make it look like we care about the muck-ups at the agencies these people run, wouldn't you have asked them about the Fife and Drum Corps extravaganza thing, the gala goodbye for the Army Secretary on Friday? For the guy who got fired for the national shame of Walter Reed? Wouldn't you ask about that? Yeah, me too. This is the Rachel Maddow Show here on Air America Radio.